Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. Let's put some liquid gold on our skin. Oh. Well, I was going to share my... Oh, there it is. Okay. Share my link, and it was like, no, sorry, we're not going to manage. We're not going to let you. That one. Okay. Got it. All right. So, I need to quit working on Thursday. Today I'm only going for one person. Actually, I'm going to put my mic on. If you ever want a link to my mic, let me know, and I'll get it for you. Because he's pretty cool. He's a little grainy. I'm going to have to figure that out as to why. I got to turn it on. Hold on. I think I forgot to shut it off, and it went dead. Crap. Nope, it's... Yep, it's dying. My bad. Okay, so I won't use my mic today. I will have to charge it. It's only Lois. It's the lowest thing. She does that. I swear. I do that a lot. All right. Fast ass face today. Yep, I said a bad word. Said a bad word and I don't care. So, tootling around. I finally washed my hair. Who else like dreads? Dreads. Washing your hair. I mean, like, completely. I do. The older I get. And now I'm contemplating giving it one heck of a haircut. Just for the heck of it. She needs a good shortening. I need to cut it to where I can't pull it up all the time, but that's what I do. I pull it up all the time. But today I got curl cream in it. And I'll show that video later on what I do to help my curl get better after I wash it. And then you can see for yourself what it's like. Putting on a little BB today. Need a little more BB. Allergies, man, I'll tell you, you walk outside and you walk in your house and it's like, oh my God. And your car is covered. Is your car covered with pollen? I took mine, washed it, and by the next morning it was full again of pollen. Yeah. I needed a shower. I needed to wash the mop. It's funny how you feel better when you do. But as a hairstylist, your goal is to have somebody else wash your hair. Pray for somebody that has a free minute at work to wash your hair. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, guys, I have to tell you the story. I can't believe they answered me. I brought home Dairy Queen for me and Jerry last night because we had a late soccer game. So I brought us home food. And pull out the sandwiches, and then I pull out the his fries. I got onion rings because I'm trying to cut the potato. I really need to cut the potato back. One thing at a time, and onion rings are going to do better than eating a potato that's fried. Not by much, but you don't have the potato, right? So I'm using my eye primer. So I pull out my onion rings. They're all burnt, like to a freaking crisp. They are like burnt so bad, the onion inside is burnt and falling apart, like all stuck together. I was ticked because food isn't cheap anymore, fast food. It is not cheap anymore, and nothing's cheap anymore in general, right? So I took some pictures of it. And Jerry like, well, turn the box and put the DQ in the frame and then send it to him. And I'm like, done, you know, I'll do that. So I took pictures of these god-awful. Their onion rings right now are $4.59 for a box this big of onion rings. So I sent it in, and I'll put a little concealer, I think, on today. And gave them the address of the DQ that I got them from, right? So, and all I put was unbelievable. I wasn't cussing them out, nothing. I didn't say anything mean. I just let them know, look, this is bullshit for the price you pay. I didn't say bullshit. For the price you pay for food, this, they shouldn't even have put in the bag. They should have recooked them and, you know, made new ones instead of putting those suckers out the window. It's bad enough right now that, I don't want to say, but when you can't understand somebody anyway at the drive-through because they have a hard accent and they are, talking super fast, right? So I couldn't understand her as it was. She didn't say, you know, your onion rings will be burnt today. She didn't say that, but they sure as heck were burnt. And, you know, we live about 9 miles from town where I can get food at. Good morning, Ange. And so there was no going back. Come to find out, totally forgetting. We had to go back that way anyway for soccer. But anyway, so I sent the pictures in and I put the address of the Dairy Queen on the picture. And I said, this is unbelievable for the price you pay, you know, and I gave him the address, la, 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 la. And by God, just a few seconds ago, I got a message back from Dairy Queen saying, oh no, you know, this isn't good to see. And they said, please contact us. So I will contact them. I don't want anything. I just want to show them what's happening in their stores, you know, because people pay dang good money for their food, and then this happens and you can't eat it. It's unedible. I mean, it is not edible at all. So anyway, so I'm just completely surprised that they answered me, like completely surprised. But I have to look at the other mirror to do this. But, I mean, the older I get, the less tolerant I am of things. I don't know if anybody knows that, you know, but I'm a lot less tolerant of a lot of crap. And that's just uncalled for. When you work in customer service, I work in customer service. I am a salon owner, hairstylist / influencer. And I only want the best for my people that trust me with their stuff. They should be too. I mean, I know they've been around a long time, but that food shouldn't even gone out the window, right? I mean, heart me if I'm right. Heart me if I'm being ridiculous. Not heart me. Tell me if I'm being ridiculous. But that wasn't necessary to totally burn up those onion rings and then put them out the window. I spent my years working fast food. Yes, I did. I worked for McDonald's, huge and pregnant with my daughter. And, I always worked the morning shift. That way I was home at night with Jer. And then I left there and went to work for an insurance company because it was too expensive in California to get your license. It was too expensive to, he was a buck sergeant, to go get your license. You had to go to San Francisco. You had to stay the whole weekend. And everybody knows how expensive it is. Okay, gotta remember which way these go. These liners are eyebrow liners are amazing because, as you can see, I like them to look natural. But so I just mark them out and then I run that brush through it, and it makes it more natural looking. It doesn't look artificial. or like I painted them on. So unless you think it looks like I painted them on. So, but anyway, so Jerry didn't go, oh, don't do that. You know, he actually was like, you need to let them know about this. And so I did. And I can't believe they messaged me back like they're not happy. But all of our DQs around here have changed hands. They have changed hands. Others have purchased these places. I'm sure families are ready to retire from owning a business like that, because that's a lot of work. And but I don't know. I've been around, no joke, around the world. I've lived in Europe, dealt with many accents, and I can tolerate so much. But don't talk so fast that I can't understand what you're saying and then get upset because you need them to repeat it, you know, because I didn't catch it. You know, I didn't catch it. But the point of the story is that this was a worker, not the company that did this. And it's like, be proud of what you're doing. Don't just do it and say, screw these people, because you wouldn't want it done to you, right? Correct? I mean, we wouldn't want it done to us. All right. This is our emerald, like an emerald green liner. You can't tell real good in the mirror, but it's probably one of my favorites. And what's cool about the cream liners is that they're creamier. So if you want, you can brush them into a shadow. You know, you can actually turn these into a shadow, because ours are so dang creamy. I think that's why I always put my eye primer on before I put my eyeliner on, because it actually keeps it in place better. So like so far today, I've got on, I put some of our liquid gold on our Absolute Elixir. And then I've put on BB. I didn't use my primer today. I'm not at work very long today, but I am going to be doing some videoing later, trying to do like a contest thingy with maybe some lip colors and stuff. And if I get to do it, it's always, our days off are always packed. And when you find that you're like, screw this shit, I'm taking the day and I'm not doing anything, you know? And then you feel like crap because you took the day off. You didn't, you did not get anything done, you know, laundry or, you know, one or two things. I got groceries, you know, and that's about it. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. Your days off are busy, you know. Oh, by the way, since you're off, you know, and then, but that's days off. I mean, a mom, and I'll say it 100 times, they don't get days off. There's no such thing as a full day off for anybody unless you've got everything done at home or you're just that screw it person, I'll do it later. But there's no such thing as a day off for a mom because you've got kids. You got kids. If the spouse is working, you know, they're busy. They get home, they're exhausted. Usually the person at home is exhausted because they've dealt with children, they've ran errands, they've done doctor's appointments, they've bought groceries, they've worked on the house, cleaning it up. That's usually the case. You know, that's usually the case. That's always been kind of my life. Use Zen. I just got a new Zen, so we're going to use it. I also got a new catalog. So I'm going to show that off today, I think. Okay, remember Zen has 2 levels. Okay, so we're going to do volume first. But anyway, so it's you know, interesting because I don't think I ever have a full day off unless I just go too bad. And then I'm scrambling at the end of the day. Or the best kind of thing to do is on your day off, find something you can throw in a crock pot. You know, like you do on your work days. It's best to do something you can throw in a crock pot in the morning, or a casserole that you can scramble some hamburger and throw it in the pan and cook it, you know. So actually that sounds good tonight, hamburger or hash brown casserole. Very fattening, very loaded with carbs, but very, very good. But yeah, I mean, I'm a grandma now. I don't have kids I have kids at home, but they're my grandkids. And I help all the time because I want to. Not because I have to, because I want to. Okay, pity party coming. And not really a pity party. What made me the way I am about stuff like that is the fact that I was a military wife. Okay. We had our kids in California. Yeah, our choice to have kids when you're not around home. Okay. But this was in a day time frame that you handled your crap on your own. There was no backup to come help you because family was here. One of my great blessings I had in our first duty station was a neighbor whom we kept in touch with until she passed away last year. Very, very strong woman. But we became fast friends. She had 2.5 boys, was getting ready to have her third. I had just had my second. We shared a carport and driveway, basically. And so we helped each other. And it kept us from paying for sitters for evenings out with our husbands. We kind of taught each other things that the other might not have known. I learned a lot. She learned a lot just from life experiences. But we didn't have somebody right there with an open hand or with a mom right there. You could drop them off and say, hey, keep them. I'm going to go shopping. You know, I'll come home later, you know, which is mean, by the way. But my daughter doesn't do that. My daughter didn't do that. Mind you, my grandkids here are old enough now to stay on their own. We're going to go back to our Effortless Glow palette today, I think. I'm saying fast face, but it's because I'm talking. It's taking me longer. But this is technically a fast face. It doesn't take very long to do. So, anyway, we just didn't have that help, you know. I could cook, but not much, you know. So I was putting in messages to my mom, well, phone calls, because you either wrote a letter or you called. Didn't have text messaging and email to get with family. We didn't have video chat. I could send home videos, you know, for them to watch. And what was always so wonderful is they kept everything you sent. And you find that out later in life, that they kept everything you sent. And, but anyway, but you don't have that. If you wanted to, like, I worked full time and you had to pay a babysitter. There was no grandma, grandpa. There was no, you know, family around that could watch your kids for you during the day. And so you paid for daycare. And California, it wasn't bad, but I had one paycheck I handed over to the daycare provider. I didn't take any of it home. It went all to the daycare provider. If that tells you anything. I love this palette. And I know I put concealer on there, but I wanted to brighten the eye up a little bit, but I wanted to. And then my nose looks absolutely crazy right now. It's too much glow. Too much glow. So, but anyway, I mean, life lessons, and that's why I am the way I am. I mean, because I handle it yourself, because one day they're not going to see me when it's too glowy. I don't like it. Because one day they're not going to be there to help you. They're not going to be there to help you anymore. They're going to pass away. Some families move away, and then the kids are like pissed, and it's like they have every right to go do what they want. You know, that it's their choice. And these children will know it when they're grown, right? My first experience was living away was California. I graduated high school, got married, and moved. We met here. At one point, we lived in the same neighborhood. And then he went off to the military. I finished school, cosmetology school, and high school. And he came home, married me, and took me out there. I need to get this shade right here. I got to get a new one. That one's done. So, I was going to use my glass gloss today. I love that. But I think I'm just going to put a matte on. Nothing cray-cray. Every time I go to pull up a pink, I grab the wrong shade. It's always way too dark or too bright. I don't like bright pinks. I love pink, but I like them more mauve-y, more soft. Let's see, I grabbed the wrong. No, I didn't. That one's fine. But, you know, we learn as we go. We learn right from wrong. We learn a lot. And I think in a lot of ways, I'm considered mean. But no, I haven't walked in your shoes. You haven't walked in my shoes. So, you know, we just kind of, you know, do our thing. And I learned as I went. I was 17 years old when I left home and went to California with Jer. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I think that's okay. I think that's okay, right? So all I'm saying is that remember, our parents have raised their children, right? They've raised their children. We choose to help because me and Jerry choose to help because we didn't have that help. But my daughter asks, my son asks, my daughter-in-law asks. They don't assume. So we just work with each other. And I'm always delighted to help out where I can. Like today we have orthodontist appointment. So I'm going to go take care of my client. I'm going to come home. I'm going to do a few things around here. And then I'm going to go pick him up and take him to the orthodontist. It's a 10-minute visit and he's out and we're back home. So, you know, it's just how you make it work. But it's because I'm in an industry that I make my own hours. I make my own hours. I work in a hair salon. I own my hair salon. I work the hours I want to work. And it's so wonderful because when I managed salons, I worked all the time. So, and then I also worked with every personality out there because I worked with people from all over the world because they were military spouses. And a lot of military marry from other countries. So, or you've got people from all over the U.S. that everyone has a different personality. So you work with that. But anyway, I'm rambling. So, and I got off of what I was talking about in the first place, and I don't even remember what it was. Hello, ADHD. Okay, not H, ADD. I need the H. I need it back. I need it to work for me again. No such luck. But now I'm going to go pull the hair down and get ready to go in to work to take care of one client. And yes, that's what I do. I'm going to go take care of one client. And then I'm going to see if Jerry needs lunch. If he does, I'll drop it off. And then I may go get a pedicure. I don't know. Before I come back home. Because, see, you got to do something for yourself on your day off. It's important. But then just remember that there's no such thing as a full day off for a mom unless you got somebody that's going to come in and you're going to pay them to watch the kids all day so you can go play. And it's just, I don't know. Those kids need you on your day off. They need that time with you because they don't have it when you're at work, right? But anyway, face is done. Super simple. BB BB Balm, eyebrow, eyeshadow primer. I did emerald green shimmer liner. I did Zen mascara. I put on the Effortless Glow palette. Oh, I also did some concealer under the eyes and down the nose because I'm looking kind of blah. And then I did the Effortless Glow palette. You can see the glow on my face. And then I added, I think it was Dirty Mauve lip liner and a pink, but I think I couldn't read the number if I wanted to. Might be able to on the screen, huh? Can't read it. Okay, so anyway, but everybody, I know I'm a rambler and you're like, oh God, Lois, shut up. So I'm going to go. Everybody have a blessed, beautiful, and awesome Thursday. We're cloudy again, so I think we're getting more rain.